Welcome, Firebirds, to the very first asterisk Carthage stream of the year. We accidentally went live on our producer's account to start it off, so you missed probably the most epic intro you'll ever see in your entire life. He's not getting a free promo for that, so I will not be saying the account name. And so we are here with Valorant on Mondays. You know the deal. I'm here, Flair, joined by Toner, back at it for your Valorant action. We are already in this match since we didn't realize we were streaming on another account until a little bit too late. We're going up against the Veiw University Vikings. It is a best of one for activation. So the way NECC works, if you haven't been able to watch Carthage Esports before, is we play 2 weeks of activation, which is basically placements. You basically play one team that's a little bit better than you, one team that's a little bit worse than you. Then the following week, you play one team that's a little bit better than you, based off of the previous week, and one team that's a little bit worse than you. And that's just kind of how they figure out where you belong in the division, since it doesn't exactly work the same way traditional college sports do in terms of D1, D2, D3. And so the Firebirds are currently taking on a team that I believe is supposed to be a little bit better than them. And they are down 3-1. They are on bind. The starting lineup for the Firebirds is Slumdank on Viper, Coney on Raze, Happy Samoyed on Sky, Bunny on Brimstone, and Kalioth on Killjoy. And honestly, haven't memorized the Vikings' names yet.
We'll figure it out in a minute.
We'll figure them out as we go along. They are on defense. Firebirds are attacking to start us off here. And then we will have another match right after this at 7:30.
And quick thing, Firebirds just won their first round last round, and the most important thing you got to know is that Firebirds have got 2 things out the bingo card.
That's true. They do have to. We personally have a nice little thing where we run a little bingo card based on how you win the rounds, because there's a bunch of different ways to win rounds in Valorant. There's a flawless victory where none of your teammates die. There's an ace where one person gets all the kills. There's a team ace where every person on the team gets 1 kill. There's the, what else am I missing? Thrifty, which is where you win even though your economy is a lot lower than the people you're going against, which means they have better guns than you do. And what else am I missing? There's just the defuse, the regular.
Those are the bingo
ones.
But so far we got what was it? We got a Thrifty and a Flawless, and heading into round 6.
Yeah, here we go. Firebirds getting just a little bit tough. Their economy is not in a great spot at all. They're going to have to go to a full save this round, whereas the economy for the Vikings is skyrocketing. They've got all the best guns that they can have, and they are wielding a lot of better rifles. And we'll see a bit of contact here in short. And down goes 3 people as Zebo gets 3 kills in a row.
Oh, dear.
And another flawless for the Vikings as the Firebirds are picked apart.
That's all right. It was a save round, but it's still going to be really tough trying to get the econ of the other team down. Because right now, let's see what they're at. They're about 6,000 is their max. This is going to be really tricky.
Will be a bit tougher for the Firebirds to bounce back here, but they should, I believe, either this round or next. I believe it's the next round be able to no, this round they are able to full buy, so trying to turn those tides just a little bit. We will play 12 rounds where they are on the attacking side, and then it's 1st to 13, so there's the possibility we only play 2 rounds on the defending side, but ultimately it could be 12 and 12 and we go to overtime. Firebirds heavy on the A side. They've got 2 going toward the showers, 3 going toward short. Slumdank trying to clear that out. Coney inching toward the showers. And we will get some contact over by Brimstone and Slumdank. But it all depends on who is willing to use their util first, who's going to give away position first. Firebirds trying to delay that as much as possible so that they can have a quick execute of the site and make sure there isn't a quick rotation by the Vikings. And now we play the waiting game. There's the dog, and the initial contact is there. The operator is up top. It's a one-shot sniper rifle. Feng Shui picks off Slumdank with a great peek. Happy Samoyed is told to back off. They didn't clear, so Coney's going to have a chance for a kill. Coney gets 1. Trying to clear onto site, is able to just barely get away. Activates the ult. There it goes. And Feng Shui gets the kill before Coney can be effective with that ultimate. Kalioth falls in the end, and the Firebirds will take a 6-1 deficit.
It was a great try on that one, playing it really slow, really quiet, then trying to get it all out at once. I just don't think the Firebirds were quick enough in the execution. It wasn't as synergized as we see them a lot last year.
Yeah,
but
and you know, I mean, again, it comes with that time off. Maybe they're still working out some kinks. They probably haven't played together all summer long. Not many teams did. So it'll just be interesting to see as they start to build that sort of teamwork again, especially with the new faces coming in. But yeah, it's clearly not up to par quite yet.
But maybe we'll see that on defense, you know, is that
That's
could be
true.
just attacking and it's just like a little bit. Oh, wow, that's a double kill.
And that's sadly the second time that's happened to the Firebirds, where they've just been kind of standing in front of each other to the point where both of them have gotten shot and killed with one bullet.
Oh, geez.
Great shot there by Exis, as Exis, I think, has got close to top frag of this game. Slumdank now left alone with Bunny as they both try to rotate toward A site. And there's the contact. So now every Viking is going to start rushing from every angle toward B site, and we'll see them slowly get pincered in. So the Firebirds are going to have to start isolating these fights here to hope to even stand a chance. And there's the resurrection. So now it's going to be a full 2v5. Very tough for the Firebirds. Slumdank gets one flick, tries to get two, can't find the second pick, and now Bunny is left alone with a Spectre. Gets two picks, but they fall in the end. Firebirds down 7-1.
It's a little bit tricky for them right now, is that I don't know what more that they can change, but now they do have guns, so hopefully that they'll pick something that looks like they're going to try going... Oh, they stopped. But there's the timeout.
There's the timeout called by the Firebirds here. And this is where I got to be honest. They might be rusty. I'm pretty rusty too. I have not commentated or really played Valorant in a couple months. So not really sure what the huge problem is from my own analytical perspective. I'll get better as the season goes on, I'm sure. But right now, I just think the Firebirds, their game plan is not working.
Yeah.
Whether it be who's making contact first, because it feels like you're making contact in showers and immediately your short is getting swung. So I think maybe a default, maybe a much larger weighting could happen for the Firebirds where they can force some util to be used, because it just seems like once all the util is being spammed out on their pushes in, they're just getting stopped in their tracks.
I say work with tempo a little bit. His timing has pretty much been relatively the same in each thing. Working going really fast pace, really slow pace, or having one just making a bunch of noise, one side distracting them, or just constantly rotating. Is that we see a lot for the Firebirds just trying to commit one site, like constantly, not too much rotation. I like going back, forth, just keep on running around.
That's actually especially a really big highlight on Bind. Is its highlight of the map is that there are two teleporters that can pretty much take you halfway across the map in an instant, and I don't think we've seen the Firebirds use them at all yet, and I think that might be a key to kind of shaking up the defense, getting them on their toes, and getting more isolated man advantages as we enter sites.
Yeah, of course. It looks like this time they're going to do a 5-man rush onto A, but they did use a lot of noise, and they are speeding it up a little bit.
So we'll see the Firebirds enter. They take short, and they've had really no problem so far. Slumdank is going to be able to get the Viper's pit off as Kalioth is able to set up all the KJ turret. There will be a Brimstone ult used, and it's going to take out Slumdank as Zebo gets the pick. And now the Firebirds, without that crucial Viper ult that is sometimes almost a round winner immediately. Happy Samoyed finds the pick there. Coney gets one himself. And the Firebirds do have the numbers advantage. It's tied up now, and we will find the second round for the Firebirds here.
Yeah, like just what we were saying, working with tempo, working with noise, and just running around. It's like they did that perfectly. It's like they definitely used the map to their advantage in that. And yeah, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better round, except having the Viper wall up a little bit longer.
Just a little bit longer, but that's good ult management by the Firebirds to only use one to fully take that one out, even after losing the Viper's pit. I think one thing that'll be interesting now is to see Kalioth use the Killjoy lockdown in order to really gather some space. I think there are a lot of great spots for that to be used to take space on B site to get on site. And, you know, I think that if I'm crazy at guessing, that's what the Firebirds are going to try here. We've got 3 rushing up short. There is a Sage Wall in the way. They will try to break through that, but with all that noise, we are starting to get a rotation from Exis onto B site here, so it will be a 5v3 here for the Firebirds. Coney will be sitting there watching the rotation through that teleporter, making sure that no one from the Vikings is trying to go there too quickly. And it seems like the Firebirds might quietly be trying to just weigh their options, get someone to bite first. They do not want to be the ones to enter here, so the Firebirds are starting to actually back off site once they've drawn the 3 rotations. That does mean that there are 2 Vikings in Hookah and 1 in Flowers as the Firebirds rotate, and they will only have 2 people waiting for them on A site.
Yeah, right now, I would say that this is looking just like it was last round, except there are some... Oh, dear.
That's 2 great picks there by Zebo. We do see the Killjoy ultimate used. Will it be enough to get people to back off site long enough for the plant to go down? It is down, and now Happy Samoyed and Kalioth have their work cut out for them with the 2v4.
Yeah, hopefully they can hold it through. It's a really good plan, so... That's
Happy
one.
Samoyed gets one there in lamps,
Last player standing.
but ultimately gets traded away by Axis, who's been playing a great game. Kalioth trying to get some swarm grenades down on the spike. Ultimately gets the pick on the person on the spike. Will it have been enough? I don't think so, as Exasai will be able to get the defuse here, and the Firebirds will go down 8-2.
It's a bummer. It was a really good play like we saw last time, but 2 defenders were already there on site and not fully rotating over as we saw the last round, so they were kind of expecting that. I say try, like, do the same thing, but just reverse the sites this round and see if it works on B, because we've seen a lot of A pushes.
Yeah, I mean, and granted, I do think that A is just an easier site to take, especially with this composition. When taking B, I personally like to see a Jet used because of their smokes, but due to Jet getting massive nerfs, I don't think we're going to see as much play out of her this season. So it will be interesting to see how that shifts how people play on Bind, especially at the collegiate level. And now we've got a full push going up through Showers. Oh, and QQ Cry will get the first pick on Kalioth. That operator has just been nothing but trouble for the Firebirds. They've found no answer to it. They will get a trade, but there's QQ Cry again, taking Coney out. There's another pick. There's the rotation. Happy Samoyed just trying to get some picks for his trouble. Gets 2, but not enough ultimately as the Firebirds go down 9-2.
I've never seen an aggressive Sage with op like that before. That's just amazing.
Yeah, that is a real tough thing to have to deal with, especially because there's just been so many great op spots. It seems like that Sage has been in a different spot every single time. QQ Cry also, I don't think, has missed an op shot. I don't think there's been a shot that has missed at least one person.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone 2, because I think she's gotten a couple, or he or she has gotten a couple of the 2 pieces, 2-for-1s. So we'll see what happens.
I think we saw 2 of those, and it's like, that is really, really good.
Firebirds now looking to go off of what they did round 1, it seems, where they've got 4 people leaning toward B, and they've got Slumdank waiting on A site. Just waiting for those rotations, making sure, keeping them honest, really, making sure there is no quick rotates. Firebirds seem to maybe be hoping they conditioned the Vikings to rotate quick and realize that the Firebirds aren't a team that rotates too much, and Slumdank trying to take advantage of that, but I'm seeing a lot of patience here out of the Vikings. We do finally see QQ Cry taking the rotation with the operator over to B site. The Firebirds might have just taken too long to execute on this site once again. 4v4. Firebirds starting to rotate off now. Hopefully they'll get the timing right, but QQ Cry really doing a great job at getting back to site immediately with that operator. So Firebirds, once again, just stuck in that scenario where the operator is waiting, staring them down. Feng Shui even picks off Slumdank, gets Coney, and now the Firebirds in a 2v4 scenario. Uphill battle. Happy Samoyed can take 1. Can they get any more? Happy Samoyed pulling off that ultimate right now. Should get all 3 of them. Gives a little bit of information on where the Vikings are coming from. The plant is down. Kalioth gets another. Now it's a 2v2, looking a lot more realistic for the Firebirds. With that resurrection, it gets tougher, but great patience there by Happy Samoyed. There's another op shot. It does actually go wide that time. I might have jinxed QQ Cry, as the Firebirds just got to protect that spike now. Happy Samoyed able to get it, and Kalioth finishes it off. Firebirds putting the 9-3 curse into action in map number 1 of the season.
It was great to see it for the first game, and the good old 9-3 curse. Let's see if it holds.
I mean, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
It's the most powerful player we have.
It's
our 6th player.
It's kind of like in Rocket League, I always say we have a 4th defender. It's called the post. And wow, all right, so Firebirds, uphill battle. Especially when you know that it is only a best of 1, so this just decides it, is how these next few rounds go. The Vikings only need 4 more rounds to win this one, but we'll see. Maybe Firebirds have been cooking on defense as of late, and they've got something up their sleeve. I do find it interesting that Vikings are already giving away their positioning of where Viper's wall is going to be, and it's going to be right down across A site. And we will see the Vikings doing a similar approach where they're going to have Their Viper waiting towards showers, but a little bit more passive. But that's a quick entry there by the opposing Rays. Zebo already in lamps, gets the grenade going toward back of sight now. That's going to be tough for whoever's back there, and everyone will take a little bit of splash damage. The plant's already down by the Vikings. They've executed beautifully here, getting the smokes of every single clear line. They've got the Sage wall up, and now they just have to defend it, which is a great position to be in, especially with 5 people still. Bunny breaks through the Sage while Happy Samoyed gets 1 pick on Zebo, but Exis will get Kaylee off the trade, and now it's just 1 defender left. It's up to Coney here against 3 with a trusty Sheriff in hand. Can't quite land more than one shot, and the Firebirds will go down 10-3.
That's all right first round, but what an amazing attack, I'd say. Like, the smokes were perfect. Sage wall really messed with the game right there. That was a really quick pace, and I got to give credit where credit's due. That was
great. It was just
great.
great execution with the smokes. I mean, like, every sight line was cut off. You couldn't even see if you were watching Heaven, as I believe it was Happy Samoyed was. You couldn't even see the plant going down.
Yeah.
Like, until all of a sudden, there's the spike planted, and they're already able to back off sight and play for that post plant. Very well executed by the Vikings.
For sure.
Firebirds, I think, need to disrupt that timing just a little bit. Use their util to try and delay them. Coney trying to be a little bit of a stinker. Doesn't really work out as Exercise is going to get 2 picks in there off of the Skydog. Very well played once again by the Vikings. If Sage Wall is off, that's going to block off Happy Samoyed. Firebirds at a gun disadvantage. They will get another pick taken against them. And now the spike is down once again, planted, and it's up to Happy Samoyed in a 1v5 with a classic. Not much to say about it. Hopefully you can get a couple picks just to force a worse bonus. But ultimately, I think Firebirds are going to have to make quite the comeback from 11-3 down.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, no! Oh, you hate to see it. The right click has betrayed Happy Samoyed on the classic, as QQ Cry will get the pick there to finish that one off.
Oh, jeez. Well, at least you know there can't be 2 times in bingo, because it's 2 flawlesses.
That is 2 flawlesses. I think there's been more than 2, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I think the Vikings have had about 4 or so flawlesses.
Well, I will say, though, it's just like Vikings really know how to push a site. Like, 2 kills, getting it really quickly, and then they just took advantage of time as quickly as possible. Like, that's just really well done. Oh, geez, and looks like they're trying to go for it again.
There by Coney, and there's going to be a quick entry now from Zebo, as Zebo will actually get taken out. Oh, no, Zebo will get a pick on Slumdank. It was Coney getting QQ Cry with the grenade. Coney trying to stop it again, just trying to make sure that plant doesn't happen. They will do the quick rotate, and that's going to leave Bunny in a I mean, not Bunny, sorry. I'm used to Bunny being on Killjoy, as she mained it all last year, but that'll leave Kaylee off in a really tough spot on B site. We'll get 1 pick, almost 2, but Feng Shui will get the trade. 3v3 scenario. Spike not planted. Spike carrier actually down. Firebirds get another one there. And now it's just up to the opposing Sky to pick up that spike. Firebirds in a great spot as Bunny and
there we are.
And Bunny will finish it off. Firebirds find their 4th round and hope to carry it on to the next.
That was really well done. Firebirds hold strong, and they put a lot of pressure trying to get on that side again.
Absolutely.
Because you saw them try and back off, and then immediately took the portal to get over to B side.
Yeah, very smart move in my opinion by the Vikings, but it was just handled very well by the Firebirds. And I think a key was Kalioth getting that pick and damage, just kind of distracting them to that part of the site while the Firebirds were able to rotate into the back.
For sure. Yeah, really, really well done. And looks like we're going to round 16, 4-11. I see a comeback in our future.
Yeah? Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with it. We did 9-3 curse them. We did 9-3 curse them. I think one key, though, is stopping Zebo from having such a successful entry onto the site.
Oh, yeah.
Because Zebo has found a pick and gained so much space for their team off of every attempted entry so far. So I think that'll be the key moving forward. It seems like the Vikings are going to try to play this one a little bit slow, make sure the Firebirds play to their tempo, maybe try to get them to bite a little bit, but I like that the Firebirds are remaining patient. They're not pushing up too far. And we will see the Vikings start to move toward B site. Kalioth now waiting in tube. See if anyone can be there. Got the judge in hand. Happy Samoyed trying to hold the up angle that Rays would be on. And finally, we're seeing a rotation. We will see Happy Samoyed start to go as smokes are dropped on B site. Can't quite find the pick on Zebo. And there it is with the swarm grenade. Kalioth staying inside of it. Gonna be tough. Yep, turns around. Exisai able to get the pick there. Feng Shui is working on the plant. It will get down just in time. Now the Firebirds in a tough spot, having to go against the post plant now. As I already saw the opposing Brimstone running away for lineups. We'll see what happens here. Coney and Slumdank find a couple of picks though. So it will be tough. 1v1 scenario. Happy Samoyed able to get the Phantom though. Tries to tap. That Molly was thrown just a little bit early, so it will depend. Happy Samoyed doesn't know that they switched to the left side, so it is going to be tough.
To the left, to the left.
They are running back, and the timing will get them in the end as Feng Shui will find the pick and put the Vikings on match point.
Match point.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We still got time.
Oh yeah, plenty of time. Plenty of time. It's basically reverse sweep time.
Yeah,
that's all I'm
8
hearing.
rounds in a row. I see it in our future. You know, we got our little crystal ball.
Especially because, you know, I mean, it will be more impressive because the Firebirds do have to start on a save here. So they will have to get a thrifty win, I believe, here. So we'll see what happens. Slumbank rocking the Bucky. Tries to go for a little bit of a one-way. I like that idea to just kind of force them to maybe not do that entry so quickly with Raze. Tries to take a preemptive shot. Coney doing everything he can to slow them down on that A short push. Maybe try and push them off the site a little bit. Doesn't seem to be that effective as the Firebirds are about to have all of the Vikings raining down on them. Coney getting blocked just a little bit. Will have a chance. Can't find any picks though as QQ Cry is left on just a couple of HP after getting the pick on Coney. And the rest of the Firebirds, quick rotation over to Feng Shui, who has planted on A site.
Oh, let's see how this...
Yeah, Firebirds on the top post plant. Bunny gets the pick there. We're down to a 2v4, 2v3 as Bunny gets one, Slumneck gets another. Ultimately, the Firebirds can't pull it off though. And they will go down 13-4 in their first map of the season. Just very well executed. I think there was just the key difference here was coordination. I think that the Vikings have run their plays just a little bit more than the Firebirds have, and maybe that's due to the Firebirds, you know, maybe not practicing as much over the summer.
And nerves too.
And
like
nerves,
you could definitely see some of those things. Firebirds were a little bit nervous, and but that's all right. That's what we're here for, you know?
That's what activation's for. It's just to get everyone prepped to play the highest level that they can during the season and get the most fair competition.
But the Vikings, it was just amazing. Yeah. Like, the way they were putting on pressure, working with tempo, that there was a lot of good synergy going there. And you saw it coming with the Firebirds too, but hopefully let's see it lock in just a little bit more for the next game that we have later on tonight.
Yeah, and we will be back right around 7:25 for the start of our 7:30 game. I'm not quite sure what time it is right now. I think it's 6:30, so we'll be back in about an hour or so to get that started. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in just about an hour.